Save News TV. Well, today we have some news that's going on, breaking news, and we're going to get right into it. We thank you so much for allowing us into your homes today. And of course, you don't have to. And, I have to take care of housekeeping, so I have to do the copyright law of disclaimer of Section 107, Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, everyone, what we have going on today, and I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, you might have and you might not have, um, seen this tragic death of Chrislene Christ, who is the Miss USA 2019. And it is so sad that she passed yesterday. For this. And this article is from Washington and Reese Thibault. Miss Chris, who won the 2019 Miss USA pageant and worked as a correspondent for entertainment news show Extra, died in New York City on Sunday. She was 30 years old. Police told the Washington Post that Chris was pronounced dead after apparently jumping from an apartment building in Manhattan early Sunday morning. Chris' family confirmed her death in a statement. This is a picture of her, um, Miss USA. Her family states, in devastation and great sorrow, we share the passing of our beloved Chris Lee. The statement said, her great light as one that inspired others around the world with her beauty and strength. She cared, she loved, she laughed, and she shined. Chrisline embodied love and served others, whether through work as an attorney fighting for social justice, as Miss USA, and as a host on Extra. But most importantly, as a daughter, sister, friend, mentor, and colleague, we know her impact will live on. Chris was born in Michigan and worked as an attorney in North Carolina before joining Extra in 2019. Our hearts are broken, producers of the show said in a statement. Christine was not just a vital part of our show, she was beloved of our Extra staff family and touched the entire staff. Our deepest condolences to her family and friends. We are very saddened by this news, um, and it is so sad. And we want to reach out and say, if you are experiencing um, depression and you need to talk to someone, there's always someone to help you. I'm going to put the number for the suicide hotline in the chat. We do not want to lose anyone else to such a terrible, terrible fate. Um, in situations like this, we know that it's difficult for sometimes for people to know what's going on with someone if they don't share it. There's nothing that we can say to the family to comfort them. This is just such a hard time for the family, I'm sure. I pray for the family and ask you to pray for their family, her family. And as again, we put this hotline number up there in the event that is wrong. I mean, even if you just need to talk, do not let it get to that point where you're contemplating taking your own life, because you are valuable, you are loved, you are important. So if you are taking an idea in your life, the suicide hotline is there. We want you to utilize it. It's sad, and we extend our condolences to the family. Again, it is a very, very sad situation. Now, Wayne, we're also going to talk about today um, business. And as you know, I love business, and we're going to talk about the Esau Project, which is a Black owned fintech company reaching $1 billion net worth. Yes, $1 billion valuation from the sources that report this. This is a first, well, not a first, but one of the few. And we're just extremely proud of these young that has dedicated life to technology, decided business, and now they are reaping $1 billion valuation. So back on Fin hit $1 billion. Congratulations, congratulations. In the space of financial technology, Suwa hails as leading platform and unicorn status with the announcement of 100 billion funding led by, according to the Series B round, puts a valuation at $1 billion, making it of the very few Black-owned unicorns in the United States and beyond. We are proud. The funding participants in the funding round included Jones, Philakio, Family Office, and several others. Let's move on. Afrotech previously the phenomenon. Serena Williams, the rent reporting in 2021. Serena Ventures, stable model really creates for from renters to landlords. We shared in a statement at that time. Investment in Esau, ESUSU, will help the company and unlock more financial for people. And Serena Venture joined other existing investors in a new round that include Concrete Rose Capital, the Impact Fund, Next Play Ventures, Cine Venture, and Type 1 Ventures. Crunch reports that in total, Esau, got it this time, has raised over $100 billion. So let's get to who owns this company. Led by co-founders and the co-CEOs, Nigerian-born American Abby, American Mir Goel. So we want to congratulate them and their definite success as reaching a $1 billion status, and that is a record breaker there. Well, all news in business isn't always wonderful, but we do have this coming up. And unfortunately, uh, we are not surprised here, but we're going to talk about it. Yes, we're going to talk about it. This is our Black Farmers of America. So here we go. We have National Black Farmers of Association. Let me get this together here. Um, President calls out PepsiCo for bullying and discrimination. As we have a great company, fintech company that has reached a $1 billion valuation, we have discrimination on the other end of the spectrum. This article, she wrote this article, and to read, let's go, everybody. Sometimes you a spade or I'll stop right there. Totally agree with this. You some time. National Black Farmers Association in President is calling out Petco claims of all action when it comes to their approach to discrimination. The giant food and beverage company is currently under fire for its alleged dismissal treatment of Black farmers, along with claims of other environmental issues that include the exploitation of water resources and global plastic, according to a press release. As a corporation, I'm calling on Mexico Chief Executive Officer Ramon Lagarta to meet NEFA leaders and respond to hardships and reality his company's latest discriminatory act has caused, says Boyd. According to the press release, PepsiCo company made the decision no longer at use the Aunt Jemima brand due to racial stereotype associated with the name and 2021 here. And I understand what people, the connotation, Aunt Jemima, but this is where when people know history, they are mistaken. Because if you go back and find out who, because Aunt Jemima is a real person and was an honor, where I'm not going to that. Know your history, people. I know we, want to change good, and it is definitely needed. But let's pick and choose our battles and what hill to fight on. Make sure you do research first before you to a hill to fight on it. Move on. Now, the NFA is concerned for companies contract with its members to provide agricultural products servation to the firm's processes. Also claimed that has only offered white farmers opportunity to share in the country's years of hold up. Only the white farmers get to share in the profit. Moves to switch brand names and images like the aforementioned Aunt Jemima official responses to public opinion. Pretty much what I'm saying. These things, officials, all of most, that when they want to appease, we call it pandering. So is what the president of the National Black Association is saying. Stop pandering and give us some real results. It's just like we're still waiting for reparations here, people. But anyway, let's move on. After the murder of George Floyd, claims he reached out to on June 2020, indicating to do business with his members. Okay. This claims the company insisted that personal information with the brand through the national days. However, just shy of 2 years later, EF meet the required for potato contract. PepsiCo allegedly decides to pull out. Here we go. Let's just look at this hindering aspect. First of all, George Floyd, because it was heat, they decided to out a win. Please, people, please. Then they wanted your information, the black farmers. Okay, they complied. Like, these people. They complied and put it in the database. But then time, they grew out potatoes, Pepsi. But when it was time to deliver, according to the National Black Farmers Association, PepsiCo allegedly pulled out. They were like, hold up, I don't want your potatoes. I know we're going to make it right, but we don't want your potatoes, according to National Farmers Association. PepsiCo had decided to move a different direction that would not be black farmers. Okay, so it's time